Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Abdul Ghafur bin Mohammad Zaini. My ID number is BMH2402096 and today I will be presenting a non-conformance report presentation on a company which is Madika Food Sedian Berhad, which is a company it produce frozen ready to eat products. So now let's move on to the presentation. For the first NCR is it was founded the improper storage and segregation of raw material in the freezer. Uh, it was founded the wet storage area on the 6th of June at 12:30 p.m. The raw material found in wet storage freezer, the onion is not sealed and covered properly and not labeled correctly according to the MPPHM Domestic 2020 criteria, and the raw materials, the onion and the marinated meat, is not segregated according to its nature. And for the root cause, uh, the freezer storage SOP is not available, and the workers is not trained on labeling and storage requirements, and lack of monitoring and supervision by a store assistant. And for the correction, separate and place in appropriate storage the onion and marinated meat according to the nature, and label every stock item, cover exposed raw material, remove unidentified materials. And for the corrective action, develop freezer storage SOP, introduce color coded labels, daily storage inspection by storekeeper, train warehouse staff on proper storage handling, organize internal monthly audit. And then for the category of the non-conformant is minor, and above the category, we have the PIC and the location, the wet storage area, freezer, and the PIC is Mr. Lamsun as the store assistant, and the clause related to the non-conformance. We have three, which is for the first one, MPPHM domestic legislative procedures, clause 17, 1H, subclause H, is about complete labeling. And for the second one, MPPHM domestic 2020 procedure, clause 17, subclause 4B, raw material for finished good, segregate and label. And for the third one, MPPHM D 2020 procedure, clause 17, subclause D for D, stored according to its nature. So now let's move on to the second NCR. Okay, for the next NCR, which is it was found that the worker did not wear the full PPE required while handling exposed food products during the production. For the NCRs, the second NCR, the location was the production area, and the PIC was Encik Isma, as the production manager, and for the operator is Miss Kirana. And for the minor category, it is minor. And for the clause related to the non-conformant is, for the first one is MPPHM domestic 2020 procedure, clause 17 subclause 9E, which is suitable PPE. And for the MS 1500 2019, clause 4.4.1 personal hygiene. And for the objective evidence, uh, the production area on 6th of June 2026 at 12 afternoon, the worker were observed at the production line. The worker were observed handling exposed food during processing. And complete PPE, which is glove and face mask, was not worn by any worker in the production area, that will result to microbial contamination from human. And for the root cause, it will lack of it is it was caused because lack of awareness among workers regarding the importance of complete PPE compliance. Second, insufficient supervision by the production manager, inadequate refresher training on personal hygiene practice. And correction, the company should inspect and ensure all workers wear complete PPE and stop non-compliant workers from handling food until PPE is complete. And for the corrective action, the company should conduct PPE and hygiene refresher training, and then strengthen PPE SOP and daily inspection. And lastly, the company should monitor PPE compliance through regular internal audits. So let's move on to the last non-conformance. For the last non-conformant, which is it was found that the finished product are stored directly on the floor without any proper protection. And for the location, the finished goods storage area, the PIC and the PIC was Encik Azad as the storekeeper, and the category of the non-conformant is minor. And for the clause related to the non-conformance is MPPHM Domestic 2030 Procedure Clause 17 Subclause 4E Clean and Tidy, and then MPPHM Domestic 2020 Procedure Clause 17 Subclause 4G Equipment Pallet. And for the last MPPHM Domestic 2020 Procedure 17 Subclause 8 Subclause F Proper Equipment. For the objective evidence, finished goods storage area on 16 June 2026 at 1 p.m. Finished goods are placed directly on the floor. Carton boxes are open and uncovered. Products are not stored on pallets and no proper gap between products and wall and the floor. And storage arrangement appears untidy. And for the root cause, insufficient storage racks or pallet, poor warehouse management, no storage monitoring by storekeeper, production manager, and the staff was unaware of storage requirements. And for the correction, move products onto pallet immediately, seal open cartons, arrange products properly. And for the corrective action, purchase sufficient food grade pallets, establish warehouse SOP, train storekeeper on SOP and storage requirement, and conduct weekly warehouse inspection, and implement FIFO, which is first in first out system for the finished good product. So that's all for the last non-conformant. So that's all from my presentation. Thank you.